Hi, and thanks for joining us for our class today. So today we're going to do a full body workout, so we're going to work lots of different areas of our body. As much as possible, I'm going to show you some different options and levels to the exercises we do, so always go to a level that suits you, because most importantly we want you to enjoy the class. Okay, so we're going to get started and start today's class in sitting. So when you're ready, we'll get going. So sitting comfortably on the mat, so either sitting with those legs crossed or legs out in front, whatever you're comfortable with. Just to begin with, make sure that that sitting bones are having that weight evenly distributed across them. That core's gently engaged, head's nice and tall, and shoulders drop down. Fantastic. So let's float our hands up to that shoulder height and do our bow and arrow stretch. So we're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to reach one arm back and around, and then coming back to that start. And again, opposite arm, opening around, looking around with that head, and back. So breath in. As you breathe out, reaching around. Breath in there, and as you breathe out, back to the centre. So opening out and folding back. So really opening out through that chest and rotating through that upper spine. So just go to where you're comfortable, just stretching through there and back. Well done. Opening out and back. Very good. So reaching around, looking with that head and back. Good. One more each side. And then back. Last one here. And then back. Good. And then float those arms back down. Good. So we're going to stretch out a little bit further into a Y stretch now. So arms onto those knees there. So breath in. As you breathe out, reach those arms up nice and wide and then lower back down. Good. And again, breath in. Breathing out, reaching up and lowering down. Still keeping that control through that centre as we're opening out and lowering down. Good. And again, lifting up and lowering those arms. Very good. And again, reach up nice and tall and lowering down. So really lengthen through the top of that head and lowering down. Good. And again, reaching up and lowering down. Let's do one more time. Reach up those hands nice and tall and lowering back down. Good. Okay. So let's just do a few mermaids just to stretch out through our side. So one hand down by your side here. We're going to reach the opposite arm up and over. Breath in. And as you breathe out, back up and over. Good. And again, reaching over. Breath in here. And as you breathe out, back up and over. Good. And again, dropping down, reaching over. And then back up and over from here. Lovely. One more time. Reach over. Breath in. And as you breathe out, back up and over. Just roll those shoulders, relaxing there. Fantastic. Okay, so we're going to come round onto 4-point kneeling now, so into all fours. So having those hands underneath those shoulders, knees under those hips as well. Make sure those elbows are soft, so the insides of the elbows should be facing each other, not locked back from there. Very good. That core's gently engaged and that tailbone just tucked under gently. So we're going to work our glutes a bit here with a fire hydrant movement. So keeping that core engaged, we're going to bring one leg out to the side and then folding back. Now keeping that knee bent, I'm opening out and folding back. So it's not a huge movement. I'm keeping that back nice and level as I'm opening out, folding back. The weight should be fairly distributed among the other points as you open out and back, so don't feel your weight shifting too much. Good. And again, opening out, folding back. So just working through those glutes here. You'll probably feel it a little bit on that side that's stabilising you as well. So it's a bit of a double whammy exercise. Good. So opening out, folding back. Good, so keeping that knee bent and we're opening out through that hip, folding back. Good. Breathing out as you fold out, breathe in to fold back. Good. A few more here. Keeping those elbows soft, well done. Neck nice and long, just looking down at that mat. Opening out, folding back. Good. Last few. And let's do one more. And folding back down. Very good. Okay. So same on the other side. So still keeping that core engaged, that tailbone tucked under. And we're going to bring that knee out to the side and fold back. Opening out, folding back. Good. Lovely. So again, elbows staying soft. That weight still staying fairly distributed. You shouldn't be feeling your weight sort of shifting over as you bring that leg out to the side, folding back. And back. Good. And again, opening out, fold back. Good. And again, feeling it possibly on that side, this one that's stabilising you. So working both of them quite hard with this exercise. Well done, and back. And again, opening out, folding back. Good, and back. Opening out, and back. Good, and back here. Excellent. Last few. Good. And let's do one more. And then folding back. Well done. Okay, so hands underneath those shoulders still. We're going to go into some press ups. We've got 3 different options. We can stay in this box position, lowering that breastbone down, or we can just bring our hands slightly in front, just shift that weight forward, and we're going to lower that breastbone down again from here. Or if you're feeling really strong, you can do a full press up. So pick what's comfortable. I'm going to go in the middle here, and we're going to do 8 together. Okay, ready? So we're going to go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then coming back up. Very good. Okay, let's do that again. So just have a rest here for a second, and we're going to do another set of 8. So pick one of those 3 options, either in that box position, this position, or full press up if you can. Okay, let's do another 8. Ready? And we're going to go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then lifting back up. Lovely. Let's come off those wrists, have a nice stretch out into that child pose stretch. So just dropping down here, breathing in and out. On that out breath, if you can, just sink down, reach those fingertips away, and sink that bottom down onto your heels. Good. And again, breath in, and as you breathe out, relaxing down into that stretch. Just a little bit further if you can from there. Well done. Breath in, and as you breathe out, relaxing down. Good. And then we're going to come back up into this position here again. So hands underneath those shoulders again, knees under those hips. Let's just gently stretch our spines with a cat stretch movement here. So we're going to tuck that head under, arch up through that back, drop down, and then look forwards. Good. And again, tucking that head under, arching, flexing through that spine, then drop down, look forwards. Good. And again, tucking under, arching through, just mobilizing through that spine and dropping down. Good. Tucking under, drop down, look forwards. Good. Last few here, arching up through the spine, dropping down, flexing through the spine. Good. And then just find on that next one that midpoint between those 2 movements. So we're starting again in that neutral position, that tailbone tucked under, that core's just drawn up gently here. Very good. Okay, so we're going to go into some plank position. So I want you to bring your hand, another hand and a half in front of you, tucking those toes under. We're going to take a breath in. As we breathe out, we're going to lift up and reach forwards. Okay, breath in here. And as you breathe out, folding back down. Good. And again, breath in. Lift up. Breath in. And as you breathe out, lowering down. Good. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, lift up, reach forwards. Breath in here. And as you breathe out, lowering back down. Good. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, lift up, reach forwards. Breath in. And as you breathe out, lowering down. Well done. Okay, now on this next one, if you can, we're going to add some leg movements. If that feels too much, just stick with the plank here. So breath in. As you breathe out, lift up, reach forwards. Now holding this here, we're going to lift up the leg and lower. So lifting up and lowering. Again, each side. Good. And again, if you can. Lifting, one more each side. Back to that center. Breath in. And as you breathe out, lowering down. Well done. Okay, let's do that again with the legs if you can. Breath in, as you breathe out, tucking those toes under, lift up, reach forwards, holding this position, and we're going to raise the leg. So extending those hips, working those bottom muscles. Good, and again. And one more each side. Breath in, and as you breathe out, folding back down. Very good. Drop down into that child pose again, come off those wrists. So breath in and out. As you breathe out, sink down here, just relaxing down into that stretch. And we're just going to turn our hands around to one side and just stretch down, a little side stretch with here. So just again, on that out breath, sink down that little bit further. Well done. Breath in, as you breathe out, sink down. Good, walk your hands back. And then we're going to walk them around to the opposite side now. Breath in and out. Just sink down that a little bit further if you can. Breath in and out. Good, and then walk those hands back to that centre. Well done. And sink down. Good, so we'll slowly walk our hands back up. Very good, okay, and we're going to come down onto our backs to carry on our class here. So coming round and down onto your back. Just have those feet that hip and knees that hip width distance apart. Just to start with, let's just tilt that pelvis forwards and back, just so we're finding that midpoint between those two movements. So we're causing that nice neutral position. Core engaged, ribs soft, collarbones nice and wide, that neck lengthened. Fantastic. Okay, so we're going to go into a double leg stretch here. So we're going to show you the beginnings of the movement and we can build on that as you feel able to. So we're going to float our hands up to shoulder height. Good, so we'll take a breath in. As we breathe out, we're going to bring our arms up and around in a big circle and then back to the centre. So round and back up. If you can, we're going to breathe out as you bring your arms above your head and breathe in as you're bringing them back up and around. Good, so breathe out as you come around. Breathe in as you're folding them back up. Good, opening out, coming back. Now make sure we're still keeping this connection between those ribs and those hip bones, not letting my ribs flare as I come around and back. Good, one more time here, opening out and around and back. Good, now we can add in some leg movement. If you can, we're going to float one leg into single tabletop, stretch that leg away and fold in together with those arms. Lower back down, opposite leg, reach away, fold back and lower. Lifting up, reaching away, folding in and back. Lifting the leg, breathing out, reaching away, breathe in as you're folding back together. Good, now if that's okay, we can bring both legs up into double tabletop and we're reaching away, folding back. Good, reaching away, folding back. So just keeping that same movement and back. So breathing out, reaching away, breathe in as we fold back together. Breathing out, breathe in as we fold back together. And back, well done. And then back. Good, and folding back, lovely. Reaching away and folding back, excellent. Reaching away, folding back. Opening out and back. Opening those arms out, lovely. Keeping that core engaged. Keeping that neutral position, that pelvis. If you're starting to feel your back is arching, just come down that level. Opening out, folding back, well done. And back. Reaching away and then back. Very good. And back. Opening out and back. Lovely. Let's do one more each side. Reaching away and back. Last one. Back to that centre. Well done. Lower those legs if they're lifted. And then float those arms back down to start. Well done. Okay, so keeping those feet that hip width distance apart, just tuck those feet up a little bit towards you so we can go into our bridge now. So arms relaxed down by your side. We'll take a breath in. As you breathe out, tuck that pelvis under. Use those bottom muscles to lift up into this bridge. Breath in here. And as you breathe out, walking slowly back down onto the mat. Good, and again, breath in. As you breathe out, tucking that pelvis under, lifting up. Breath in here. Then as you breathe out, just slowly walking that spine back down onto the mat. Good, and again, breath in. As you breathe out, tucking that pelvis under, lifting up into that bridge. Breath in here. Then as you breathe out, slowly peeling that spine back down. Well done, and again, breath in. As you breathe out, tucking that pelvis under, use those bottom muscles, lifting up into that bridge. Breath in here. And as you breathe out, walking that spine slowly back down onto the mat. Lovely. And again, tucking under, lifting up. Keep that bottom engaged, that pelvis nice and level. Breath in. As you breathe out, walking slowly back down. Good. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, tucking that pelvis under, lifting up into this bridge. Breath in here. As you breathe out, walking slowly back down onto the mat. Good. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, tucking that pelvis under, lifting up. Breath in. And as you breathe out, walking slowly back down onto the mat. Good. Now on this next one, we're going to lift up, coming back up into that bridge. And I want you to keep this pelvis nice and level here. And we're going to just drop our bottom down an inch and lift up an inch. Good. We're going to drop down, lift up. Good. So drop down an inch and lift up. So really feeling that in those bottom muscles. As we drop down, use those bottom muscles to lift back up. Good. Drop down, lift up. And again, drop down, lift up. Keep going here if you can. Drop down, lift up. And again, drop down, lift up. Good. Drop down, lift up. A few more. And drop down, lift up. Just that little drop. Just an inch and lift up. Good. And again, drop down, lift up. Last one, drop down, lift up. Keep that bottom engaged, breath in here. And as we breathe out, walk that spine slowly back down onto the mat. Well done. Bring those knees in, have a little hug and stretch that out. Good. So breathe in and out. As you breathe out, just relax down into that stretch just a little bit further. Well done. And again, breath in. And as you breathe out, just sink down into that mat. Well done. Breath in and out. Just relaxing down, opening out into that stretch. No tension through that upper body. Just keep that nice and relaxed. Breath in and out. And relaxing down from there. Well done. And again, breath in. And as you breathe out, just sinking down that a little bit further. Well done. So we're going to lower our legs down one at a time and come back to that start. So we're going to work our abdominals, a little bit of endurance for our abdominals with a hundreds movement now. So we bring in our arms with this exercise as well. So I'm going to go through some different levels. Just make sure you go to what's comfortable for you and you can mix and match, remember, between them. So we're going to start by lengthening through our fingertips, lengthen through those arms. And with this exercise, we pulse our hands. So we go breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's what we want to keep maintaining as we add in any movements with our lower body. So keeping going here, either staying here, and if that's enough, just keeping that core engaged, you can stay there. We can bring a single leg, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then just switch your legs after about 2 or 3 cycles. If that's comfortable, then we can bring both legs up into double tabletop, bring those knees together and those feet together, and we're breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good, so keep going here. Challenging it still if you want to, we can lift up into that abdo prep position, bringing those upper abdominals in. So breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good, so holding this position if you can, and as you need to, you can just lower that head down as you feel you need to, but hold it here if you can. If you're feeling really good and want an extra challenge, then we can straighten our legs. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good, so holding this here if you can. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good, so pulsing those hands, keeping up an abdo prep if you can, but lower that head if you need to. So still pulsing those hands if you're slapping them onto water. Good, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lovely, keep going, last few. And out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well done. 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's do one more. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lovely. Lower that head if it's lifted, lower those feet, and so you come back down from there. Very good, well done. Okay, so feet still sort of that hip width distance apart, arms down by your side or out to the side of you. We're going to drop those knees over to one side, turn your head to the opposite side if you can, and then use those toe muscles to come back up, and then over to that opposite side, rotating that head just nice and gently. Using those toe muscles, slowly coming back up. And then over to that opposite side. So just opening out through that spine, using those toe muscles. And then coming back up. And then over onto that opposite side. Well done. And again, lifting back up. And then over to that other side. Well done. So just nice and gently opening out through that spine. Just enjoying that stretch. And back up, well done. Dropping over, turning that head, and then coming back up and over to the other side. Good, and again, Dropping over, turning your head. Coming back up and over, lovely. So just do a few more here, just enjoying that stretch, opening out through that lower back. Rotating that head as well, good. And coming back up. And over to that opposite side. Well done. And over to the other side again, well done. Very good, one more each side, dropping over, turning that head. And then coming back up and over. Well done, bringing those knees back to that centre and those arms back down by your side, very good. Okay, so from here let's just stretch out through our hamstring, so knee up towards the ceiling, we're going to lengthen through the back of the leg, toes pointing up to the ceiling, we're going to hold this stretch here. So you can use your hands just to support that leg there, and we're just going to hold this position. So really lengthen through the back of the leg, not too far, just go to where you're comfortable and holding this stretch. Good, now if you can, we're going to point and flex through the foot, just changing that movement slightly, just point and flex. Adding that little bit of ankle movement in here. Good. Pointing and flexing. Lovely. And then holding that stretch again, toes pointing up to the ceiling. Very good. And lowering that leg back down. Same on the other side, knee up to the ceiling, lengthen through the back of the leg, toes pointing up to the ceiling, holding this stretch here. And if you can, we'll point and flex through the foot. Good. Moving through that movement. Well done. Just lengthening through the back of the leg, just supporting with that hand if you want to. Well done. And then toes pointing up to the ceiling again, just holding that stretch here. Good. And then lowering that leg back down. So let's stretch through our bottom muscles now. So one foot onto the opposite knee. Allow that leg just to relax open there. If that's enough of a stretch, then just stay in that position. Or if you can, we'll bring the other leg up in towards you, just as far as you feel comfortable, and holding this stretch here. So bring the knee up towards you, just as far as you're comfortable, and we're going to hold this stretch. So breathing in and out. On that out breath, if you can, just sink down into that stretch. Just a little bit further if you can. Holding that there, well done. Breath in and out, relaxing down. Good, and again, breath in. And as you breathe out, sink down just a little bit further into that stretch if you can, well done. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, sinking down that stretch just a little bit further, well done. Very good. And just slowly lowering that leg back down. Do the same on the other side, so opposite foot onto the other knee. Allow that leg just to relax open there. If that's enough of a stretch, then just stay there. Or if you can, we'll bring the other leg up and towards you, just as far as you feel comfortable. And we're going to hold this stretch here. So breathing in and out. On that out breath, if you can, just relaxing down into that stretch. Well done. And again, breath in. And as you breathe out, just sinking down that little bit further into that stretch if you can. Good. And again, breath in. And out, relaxing down just that little bit further. Good. And again. And then just slowly lowering that leg back down to that start. Well done. So we're going to come round and up into sitting. Just do a few stretches from here. So just sitting either with your legs out in front or legs crossed, wherever you're comfortable. So just relax those shoulders, give them a little roll, and just dropping them down. Good. So we're going to stretch out through our necks first. So we're going to drop our chin down towards our chest and just lengthen through the back of the spine here. I just want you to slowly then look towards your right knee and just feel that lengthening through the opposite side of the neck there. So just breathing in and out. On that out breath, just sinking those shoulders down just very gently. Breathing in and sinking down on that out breath. Well done. And just let any tension there just roll off those shoulders. Well done. And then just dropping your chin down to that chest again. Lengthen through the back of the neck. Breathing in and out. And then dropping round to that left knee. So again, lengthening through that opposite side of the neck. Sink that shoulder down on that out breath. Breathing in and out. And again, just rolling any tension off those shoulders on that out breath. Well done. And then just sinking that chin back down to your chest, lengthen through the back of the head here, and just slowly restack through that neck up, nice and tall, lovely. Okay, so we're going to bring our hands into this kind of Cossack position and do a spine twist movement. So breath in, as you breathe out, rotating around that body, breath in, and as you breathe out, back to that centre, good, breath in. As you breathe out, rotating around, breath in, and as you breathe out, back to that centre, good, and again, breath in. As you breathe out, rotating around, and back to that centre, well done. And again, opening out, breath in, and as you breathe out, back to that centre, well done. One more each side, rotating around, and back, and one more time, and again, and then back again, well done, and relax those arms back down. So we're going to put our hands behind our head from here. So you can take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to drop round to the side, back to the centre, dropping to the opposite side, back to the centre, and reach up nice and tall. Good. Hands behind your head again, drop down to the side, and back up. Opposite side, and back up, and reach up nice and tall. Well done. And again, drop down, and up. Opposite side, drop down, and up, and reach up tall. Well done. And again, drop down, and up. Opposite side, drop down, up, and reach up tall. Well done. One more time. Drop down, and back up. Opposite side, up, and reaching tall. Well done. And open those hands nice and wide, and just relax down through those shoulders. Fantastic. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the class today. You've worked hard. Well done. And we'll see you again next time.